Ash Blake, a student at the prestigious Dragonar Academy, where young students like him are paired with their very own dragon companions. Sounds cool, right? But here's the catch. Ash is known as the problem child because he doesn't seem to have a dragon partner of his own. How will he ever fit in at the academy without one?
He was very angry for that.
His friends would calm him down.
He would calm down.
They are being taught in class. But hold up. That's just the beginning. Things take a wild turn. An unintentional collision occurred between Sylvia's dragon Lancelot and the dragon Ash borrowed, Bridget, during fight training. Sylvia was unwilling to forgive Ash, despite the fact that neither dragon was hurt and that he had apologized for his error. She even went so far as to smack Ash across the face and call him and his unborn child, insulting them, saying that the reason it hadn't appeared yet was probably because it was already dead.
Sylvia was then confronted by a furious Ash,
who threatened to apologize TBO him if he could beat her in the Ares dragon race.
3 girls from Sylvia's class blocked her path during the race.
Sylvia eventually won the race because Ash was able to break the girls' formation and force them out of it. When his race was over, he went to a place and stopped for a while. Then suddenly he heard a sound and went forward to see, go a little further and see the old edge ancient artifact.
Suddenly a man came out from there and started asking him about him.
As he spoke, he found out he was walking around with an unborn dragon inside of him. Then a little girl attacked him from the pass. He then got scared and started running away as if the girl was trying to kill him. There was no other way to go. He was stuck. Just as she's about fall of a cliff, Ash pulls her away but falls into the ravine himself. As he falls, his Sakoku began to shine, and from it appeared young naked girl with horns who Ash believes her to be his pal.
His descent to the ground had slowed.
When the girl wakes up, Ash introduces himself as her master, but she denies it, saying that she is his master instead. Then he brought her home at night. The dragon girl laid his bed and asked him to sleep outside instead. She comes upon him late at night. While she is asleep, he couldn't get her off him. This was all through the night. The next morning, Rebecca, the school president, appeared to greet him. When a dragon girl, wakes up, his heart stops beating for a moment. They both were shocked to see her in that situation and started asking him what is happening in your house, because she was naked, so she gave her some of her clothes to wear. Then when she put on the dress Rebecca gave her and went out, everyone was totally shocked. While they were eating in a park, suddenly she couldn't control herself and fell on top of him.
Everyone was watching it. When Sylvia was passing by, she saw the scene and began to scold him. Her skirt fluttered a little in the wind as she rose loudly.
Then his eyes went to her panties. Then Sylvia got very in shame and punched him hard. Eiko was fine after drinking water.
Until then, the Dragon girl had no name, so Ash gave her a name called Eiko.
An unknown person was watching this whole thing from a distance.
Then when Eiko went to the washroom, she did not come out. Then he started to sense her. After that he went with the flow. Although he reached a room, there was no one there. Meanwhile, she was caught in a net. She was put there to experiment on why a dragon was in human form.
As luck would have it, he got there before she could do anything. He then learns that she is an academy doctor,
and he was asked by the academy to do so in this research.
Ash would then go on to do something about whether the doctor had trapped them with his magic.
Ash regained his strength and stood up as Eiko called out to him.
Then he saved Eiko from the net with his own strength.
After this incident, when he went to the academy in the morning, he found that the doctor was there as their homeroom teacher. Rebecca was starting to like him, trying to befriend him. He couldn't control himself as Rebecca got too close. Why did he go to him? She wanted him to be the student council president. As they were talking, they heard an alarm.
Seeing that one was going crazy with the dragon outside, no one could stop him. Rebecca then jumped out the window and proceeded to finish the whole thing. As he went, the dragon was able to bring him under control. He was then talking to his partner, the dragon girl called Eiko, when from a distance one saw who they were.
Was watching. He was the one whom he had saved from falling down the mountain. Then Rebecca Sylvia went to the restaurant with the two of them. For digging, Eiko looked as if she had never seen such food in her life. After that, 2 people were standing on top of the tower and were plotting. He then began using his first darkness spell to increase his strength. Seeing his power increase, she sensed a girl named Eiko Dragon Girl. They went out and saw that the whole city was half as bad. A strange type of dragon appeared before them. Rebecca was the dragon. Their magic fight had been going on for a long time. The big dragon took hold of one of them in full force. In that condition, meet the Navi. Navi began to explain to him about various types of armor, magical items. Everything uses that how he is with him.
Will fight. In one fell swoop, Eco got her equipment and merged with Ash. Then he looked completely different and the energy was greatly increased. He became so powerful that he killed the dragon in one fell swoop.
Then they both went separately, then they went to the room together.
Partying. A long time ago when the two of them were little, Sylvia was so scared, Ash came to comfort her. After that, they both joined the student council at the academy. Then in front of everyone, the dragon girl called Eco introduced her to everyone.
Ash is his partner, she is so beautiful. And the little girl, everyone was making fun of her. When one entered class Eco with Ash, Ash called the other friend too small and put his hand on his head. And patting, Eco then punched away his friend's insult. Immediately, many other classes entered their class and started looking for Ash because he was a hero to them because he had defeated the great dragon.
They came there, they had another intention, and that was him. Everyone was shocked to hear that she wanted to be the mother of his child.
As they forced their way in, Rebecca came there and threatened them to leave.
But they were not coming out. When Rebecca spoke such a thing in her ear, they were ashamed and forced to leave the place. Then Rebecca took them to a room and told them about the girl who entered their class.
Once she found out that Ash had killed the big dragon, he was Silver Knight.
Exposed, then things will get very bad in front of the whole school. Sylvia was very scared to learn that her elder sister was coming to the academy. The next morning, her sister Welcome, who was all gathered in one place, her sister stepped onto a flying robot and entered.
When her sister came forward and called out to her younger sister stepped forward. As soon as her sister came forward, her sister attacked her.
With the big sword, she was not his sister, she was someone else.
Everyone was shocked to see that. Then her sister came forward from the past, she was the real sister. She was very scared and could not say anything because her sister was in front of her. She was so scared that her sister cut through her dress with a sword.
Cut it open in front of everyone. She sat there in shame. Seeing this, Ash came forward to defend Sylvia.
When her sister finds out he is Ash,
then she took him to her chamber. Ash was being well prepared by many girls to go her sister's chamber.
Where her sister
was in a bathhouse. There were more girls in naked condition. Ash's question was why was he called Plus and why were the other girls there? Then came sister Sylvia, very ashamed to call him. Her sister made her a proposal of marriage.
Her sister was struggling. Ash was defending her very much about the marriage.
The sister then had a competition with her people, along with other party members. As she did not perform well in the competition, her sister left. Ash tells her that she fainted on the battlefield. Ash brought her to her bedroom in his arms as she fell. Sylvia and another noble girl were praying to God when suddenly a big dragon appeared in front of them. A cat girl appeared on top of him. Ash and her big sister saw from a distance where the dragon had entered. The girl who was on the dragon contacted her sister. Many of condition was that she kept her sister and a noble girl in custody for her.
If her demand is not met, then she will bomb that place. We'll blow it all away. As they continued to plan how to make up with her sister, Ash boldly stepped forward. He went there.
The work was not successful, but he was also imprisoned. Seeing Ash being imprisoned, Sylvia came forward boldly. Ash had a machine with that.
Her sister could hear everything that happened inside from far away. She took revenge by running a sword through her sister's midriff and ripping her dress. Completely naked in front of everyone, when she stood up bravely after being shamed, her sister's men attacked her to save them.
For, seeing her revenge being filed, she unleashed her dragon upon them, only for Ash to use his power to grab her and blow her away. As she bombed her, Ash made a gun with his skit and continued to use magic power on her.
Everything was falling apart.
Finally, with his strength, the bad girl completely defeated him.
Then he was able to save everyone. Everyone came out of there successfully.
As Sylvia was able to gain her courage, after this incident her big sister left here. Before meeting Ash, the girl got a job at a cafe again, after which her sister moved away.
The next day when Ash went to the academy with his friend, he was a news.
The ceremony hears from the teacher. The student council president never showed up at the academy because everyone was so angry with her.
She was the first Dragonar to be born.
She was the age of Rebecca. Then the teacher called Rebecca in front of everyone for selection. She chose Ash was the cause since he was a Silver Knight. Rebecca took him to another room and was talking to Ash.
It is hidden by his friends.
They were listening in front of the door. Suddenly they heard the sound of a bell and saw a girl lying in a coffin.
At first thought she was dead. Then she pushed herself in front of everyone. This girl was the girl who absents herself from school every year. Now Ash's first motive was how Lucas and Guan were. Combining these two together, he then went straight to see Lucas and took Eco with him. She hugged him with one glance.
Ash was able to separate the two of them as she was clinging to her, having made a choice. Ash tells him to get ready. Guan has one of his for the job. That was the idea of how the two of you could be together.
But when she approached Guan immediately rejected her. Then Ash Silver.
As the knight advanced to face him, Guan attacked him. Seeing this, Ash wasn't strong enough to face face Guan. He didn't give up, then he went back to Lucas to talk the two of them the next day.
All of them were flying together with a dragon. Wherever they could see, there was a campus of students. There were various activities. Many people were playing extracurricular volleyball. Lucas then sneaks off to meet Guan to explain. When she approaches Guan, Guan again rejects her. Ash arrives and tries to help her. Ash is with Guan then.
As the fight escalates, Ash faints in the fight, unconscious, then he reaches Navi in the dragon workshop.
Navi told him just above Guan.
His master can only sit and no one else sits, and he gets very angry.
There was reason for him to hurry to match the two of them.
Guan had very little time. He only had 7 more days to live. When Ash regained consciousness, he found Lucas lying naked at his feet. He then told her everything that he had to do within 6 days.
Luca arrives and tells Ash that Guan can't be found. Then Ash and Ash's friends go looking for him. However, Guan found it there. There were many ugly and terrible dragons and they all attacked them.
They began to use their dragon powers to defend themselves. Now Ash and Sylvia were able to get inside where Guan was. He went there and saw that the rascal was already there.
That bad boy said something like that to Sylvia. As soon as she heard that boy, she understood that it was her elder brother, Chris Julius, praying for death was happening. He then introduced a powerful dragon. Outside, all the other students were in a very bad condition, but Rebecca was attacked by the dragons.
Just trying to defend, Ash then started a fight with Chris Julius, the Silver Knight, over who was more powerful.
Was running. Finally, he couldn't bear it and ran away.
Guan was nowhere to be found, but Lucas knew where Guan was.
Finley was able to connect with Lucas Guan. When she then used such power, all the dragons were slowly wiped out and all
the students survived. Sylvia was invited to her father's place. Sylvia and Ash were sitting on the back of Sylvia's dragon, the 3 of them.
When Sylvia met her father after many days, her father was running to see his girl. Sylvia then punched her father. She threw it away because his father liked it very much.
Ash and Sylvia were getting ready to go to the party, and Ash saw Sylvia looking so beautiful.
He was completely shocked. This was the first time Ash and Sylvia's father met face to face. Sylvia's father gave him the dragon's prize. Since Sylvia's father enabled him to become a Dragonar, he became a noble man. Then he could marry any noble lady. Another big plan was going on to destroy the dragons.
Ash was resting in his room when Princess Sylvia appeared. She was here to tell Ash one thing. She was a bad boy to know him. Was able to. How can a dead person be resurrected? That night's party, Ash is shocked when he sees Julius. He was able to come there because he had a powerful man with him. The powerful guy invited Sylvia to dance with him. Sylvia then said, "I will dance with your servant," who was Julius. As they danced, she asked him who was her brother, and he said, "I don't know who Julius is." Meanwhile, Ash finds out everyone wanted to use his power within him alone to destroy the machine he was using. In giving more force, his machine had gone out of control, and one of them had broken down, making Ash's condition worse. It was too bad that Eco was going to turn into a big dragon. They wanted to go to Eco, but they could not go, so it burst, and out of it came a big dragon monster. Eco began to destroy the entire area in evil dragon form, and the Dragonar rose up to stop him. Sylvia's sister managed to capture Julius, who was Julius but a monster inside, intent on destroying all the Dragonar. When Sylvia's sister goes to stop him, the monster leaves Julius's body to enter Eco. When he is able to enter Eco, one transforms into a large dark demon dragon. The dark monster reaches Navi and asks Navi for wisdom to reborn into this world. He then proceeded to lead the good Julius towards the large dark demon dragon. Julius's only goal was to somehow get Ash on top of the dragon. Navi then went Eco to show how much Ash was struggling. Ash was filing away. His friends came forward to help him, with the help of his friends, to bring him under control. Ash was able to enter his inner mind. He then produced a large sword that empowered Ash to fight the dragon. That sword had a lot of power and killed the big dragon and set Eco free. Later they find out that the evil monster is not completely dead. He ran away where no one knows. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell icon to get any updates.